Beginnings. The East African Development Bank, EADB, was established in 1967 by the Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzanian governments with an aim to remit financial and other support to its member countries, which currently are Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and Uganda. Kenya and Tanzania offices were established in 1971, while the headquarters in Uganda were officially opened by His Excellency Idi Amin, President of Uganda, in 1972. The Rwanda office was later opened in 2010, while Burundi applied to be part of EADB in 2013. EAC collapse and reenactment. In 1977, ideological differences between member states, the fear that Kenya would benefit more from EAC, inability of Uganda to meet her financial obligation after the 1972 coup, personal differences between the head of states, for example, Idi Amin and Julius Nyerere, were some of the reasons that led to the collapse of EAC. As a result, the collapse of EADB became inevitable. In 1980, the governments of Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania breathed new life into EADB by coming together in a signing ceremony for the treaty amending and reenacting the EADB Charter. 1983. The presidents of Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda signed the Arusha Accord, which divided the assets of the former EAC and agreed that EADB should operate as a joint East African institution. Financial muscle and partnerships. EADB's mission is to promote sustainable socio-economic development in East Africa by providing development finance, support, and advisory services. Since 1969, they have relentlessly continued to achieve this mission. 1969, EADB issued its first loans for 4.5 million Uganda shillings to Agricultural Enterprises Limited and 5.2 million Uganda shillings to the Industrial and Commercial Development Corporation. 1980, under the industrialization focus, EADB helped finance the construction of Hima Cement Factory Limited, Uganda. 1981, the Masaka District Growers Cooperative Union was the first cooperative to receive a loan from EADB and represented one of EADB's first agricultural loans. In 1981, the cooperative received 0.7 million SDR, approximately 60 million Uganda shillings in 1981, to build a pineapple processing plant that would add value to pineapples sold from existing plantations in Masaka, southern Uganda. 1983. EADB's first loan to the tourism sector was to the Lakeland Hotel in Kenya. EADB loaned 0.29 million SDR, approximately 4 million Kenya shillings in 1983, to construct the 33-bedroom hotel in Kisumu, Western Kenya, which would be a source of direct job creation and foreign exchange earnings. 1985, EADB approved a loan of 590,000 SDR to Uganda Railways Corporation to rehabilitate 2 ferries to operate between Uganda and Tanzania on Lake Victoria. 1992, EADB disbursed a loan of 133,000 SDR and 63,000 SDR in equity to Nile Roses Limited. At the time, the modern project was to yield on average 4.5 million stems of roses per yield for export to Europe, thereby supporting job creation and export promotion. 1997. Tourism remained a valuable source of foreign exchange earning, particularly in Tanzania, where EADB loaned 173,860 SDR to Pemba Resources Limited in 1997 to construct and operate an ecotourism resort and training center in Kiweni Island, Indian Ocean, Tanzania. EADB are particularly fond of the fact that 2 women's groups in Zanzibar owned the majority of equity for the project. Therefore, the project truly demonstrated community and gender development. 2000. EADB loaned Kenya Power and Lighting Company Limited, KPLC, 5,496,000 SDR to construct new power transmission lines and upgrade existing substations to facilitate efficiency gains in power transmission and distribution, thereby enabling domestic industrial competitiveness through reducing infrastructure costs. Also in 2000, EADB approved a loan of 457,415 SDR to Savings and Finance Limited, now NIC Bank, and a loan of 3,852,000 SDR to Tanzania Development Finance Company Limited, TDFL. Both loans were intended for on-lending to smaller clients for development projects, thereby elevated both financial intermediation and poverty reduction through targeting smaller clients. 2002. EADB continued to support development of the tourism and infrastructure sectors, awarding 3.35 million SDR to tourism projects, including to Mwea Safari Lodge, Queen Elizabeth National Park, Uganda, and 8.62 million SDR to infrastructure projects, including Precision Air Services, Arusha, Tanzania. 2003. Under its cooperative social responsibility, EADB donated food and medicine to Faraja Home-Based Care, a Kenyan organization that provides assistance to people living with HIV/AIDS. 2014. EADB disbursed $5 million to the Lake Turkana Wind Power Project, LTWP, Kenya's largest ever private investment. The wind farm project will provide 310 megawatts of affordable renewable wind power to Kenya's national grid to boost Kenya's electricity capacity and thereby encourage industrial activity and poverty reduction through increasing access to electricity. However, it also demonstrates that new energy investments may benefit from being sustainable and green. 2016. EADB and the British Council, in partnership with the Royal College of Physicians, London, launched a medical training and fellowship program to train 600 cancer specialists over the next 4 years. Within the same year, 2016, EADB launched the STEM Scholarship, which has to date awarded 15 teachers and lecturers a scholarship to pursue a master's degree in education and mathematics, EDM, at Rutgers University in Piscataway, New Jersey. Bank leadership. Over the years, the bank was and is guided by various able men and women. Currently, the Director General is Ms. Vivian Yeda, a Kenyan banker and business attorney. She assumed that position on 15th January 2010. In 2014, she was awarded by the Center for Economic and Leadership Development the winner of its 2014 Africa Female Economic Champion Award, Banking. Milestones and achievements. EADB has achieved great feats over the past 50 years. From 1967, EADB is founded by the governments of Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, and its first board meeting is held in Kampala. 1968. Director General Mr. Idi Simba assumes office and EADB commences operations. 1970. The African Development Bank, Commercial Bank of Africa, Barclays Bank, and a consortium of Yugoslav institutions become Class B shareholders. 1971. EADB establishes country offices in Kenya and Tanzania. 1972. EADB headquarters officially opened by His Excellency Idi Amin, President of Uganda. 1974. Nordea Bank of Sweden becomes a Class B shareholder. 1986. EADB doubled its shareholder capital from 40 million SDR to 80 million SDR. 1988. The German Investment and Development Corporation and the Netherlands Development Corporation Finance Company become Class B shareholders. 1996. EADB launched the first corporate bond in East Africa, worth 802 million Kenya shillings on the Kenyan market. 1997. EADB celebrates its 30th anniversary. 1997. Second corporate bond worth 10 billion Uganda shillings on the Ugandan capital market to coincide with the licensing of the USE. 1997. Launched its first bond on the Tanzanian capital market worth 10 billion Tanzania shillings. 2002. EADB launches a corporate bond worth 20 billion Tanzanian shillings in Tanzania. 2004. Increases its shareholder capital from $270 million to $1.08 billion. 2005. Launched 2 corporate bonds worth 20 billion Uganda shillings in Uganda and 15 billion Tanzania shillings in Tanzania. 2008. Rwanda is admitted as the 4th member state and becomes a Class A shareholder. 2010. Rwanda's country office opens and operations begin. 2013. EADB is ranked as best performing DFI in Africa by the Association of African Development Finance Institutions. 2015. Moody's upgrades EADB to Baa3, the first East African institution to achieve this investment grade. 2016. South Sudan joins the East African Community. 2017. EADB celebrates 50th anniversary. And the journey goes on.